What's up, guys? Back at it again. Yeah. Too much?
You're so stupid.
So we're gonna talk about
The baby.
yeah, she's finally here. Yay! Anyway, we're gonna talk about a little bit of that. You know, 'cause
Somebody forgot to record the birth.
yeah, that's because it was only me and her. You know, with everything going on, they only let, you know, obviously her and then one more person in there. So it wasn't like how when we had her first daughter, Melanie, when like all her sisters were there, her mom, my mom was there, my dad was there for a bit. So it's not like I could like, you know, go do running back to the car and stuff and just rely on somebody else to be there with her. This time it was like just me. Like if I had to like go to get something for the car, I had to make sure like she wasn't getting contractions during that time. And I mean, there's nurses obviously that would help her, but you know, like if she had to go to the bathroom and stuff, I would have to help her up. So like in that whole situation, I grabbed the camera, and then cause she had her own bag and I had my bag, I didn't take my bag down. And all I remember was I know for sure I put it in the bag with the snacks. And then once I got back into the room, she asked me, "Did you bring the camera?" And I was looking for it, and I told her, I was like, "Oh,
I
damn.
forgot it in the car.
I think I forgot it in the car." And then they do let you go back to your car. You know, they were letting you go back and like to go out and go get food and stuff. You just couldn't switch people. Like, you know, if her mom wanted to come, like I can't be like, "Oh yeah, switch me one day." So they weren't letting me do that. But yeah, I didn't go back to the car. And when we left the next day after she was born, I checked the bag and I was like, "Look, here's the camera." So yeah, I didn't record anything.
He did take some pictures on his phone.
Yeah, I took some pictures and I FaceTimed her sisters and her mom, and then from my phone
we'll
I
add
FaceTimed my
that
mom.
clip. But so on my sister's birthday, her birthday's April 16. Me, my sister, my older sister, and my mom were planning a drive-by birthday. Is that what it's called?
Just kidding.
What is it called?
I don't know. Everybody's been doing it.
Well,
like,
it's because, you know, people have birthdays during the quarantine.
and her sister has like germ phobia right now. Like,
so we were gonna go do the drive-by birthday. But that morning I woke up and I wasn't feeling myself. And before that, my mucus plug kept coming out every day, huh? Like every day.
yeah.
Every morning I would wake up and my mucus plug would be out. But on that day, I had a bloody show. So I was like freaking out. I told him, pack your bags, like just in case today's the day. So I texted my sisters and my mom. I was like, "Oh, I had a bloody show." Oh. But I still wasn't having contractions. I called labor and delivery and they said to just wait. So like 30 minutes later I started getting contractions, but they weren't strong and they weren't often. But once we got to my sister's birthday thing, I started contracting a little bit more and a little bit closer. But I was like, nope, I don't think it's time yet. But I was timing my contractions and they were still like they were far apart. So then after the birthday, we went to my mom's to go eat, and I started getting more and more contractions and they were starting to get painful, and I couldn't take it. The app that I was using kept saying it's baby time to call my doctor. But I ended up calling labor and delivery. I told them my contractions are 3 minutes apart. Can I go in? And they said, yes, of course. We left my mom's house. We came home, picked up our bags. My mother-in-law and my father-in-law were here to get Melanie. It was around, 8 p.m. I was 30 centimeters open. They had me walking around the hospital for an hour, right?
Yeah, for like an hour to see if, because they told her that she wasn't getting the contractions like close enough.
Yeah, I was still able
So-
to talk through them, and they didn't want me to talk through them.
They told her that like to walk around for a bit, for like an hour, to see if she opened up, and then they would move. They would go moving forward from there. Because if she didn't open up more, then they were just gonna send her back home, which to me didn't make sense. Cause like,
yeah,
I mean,
we were already there.
But luckily, once she stopped walking, you know, they came back and checked, and they told her that you had opened what, like
I
5?
was 5.5.
Yeah, 5. And then like literally like maybe like 2 hours more, she was already like at 6.9.
I was
or something
6.5.
like that. Almost 7.
Almost 7. 6.5 centimeters open. I was contracting super hard. I did get the do you remember what it was called? The one that goes in the IV?
I don't know. It's like you got it with Melania too. It's
with
like
Melania, I didn't get the epidural,
it's
but
just
I
like
did
a
get
pain reliever. Like it takes away your pain for like a couple minutes for
an
like,
hour
for her to like rest and stuff.
Yeah, and then it puts you to sleep. So
But then
I got that one twice, but the first time it worked, and then I fell asleep. Right, I fell asleep for like an hour.
Yeah.
And then the second time,
it
didn't work.
She slept for like 15 minutes and she got up.
And then yeah, I started contracting a lot, like a lot. I'm able to handle pain, but this pain was something else that I just couldn't. Other than the pain, the baby wasn't responding well to the contractions because my contractions were too painful for her, so she wasn't liking him. So they said that they either had to put like the chip in in the first layer of her forehead, I believe they said, or I would have to get the epidural. So I obviously chose the epidural, and I wasn't feeling any contractions. I was able to sleep for like how long? I slept for like a good while, for like 3 hours maybe. 2 hours.
I don't know. You didn't even sleep.
I did sleep, but then the nurses kept waking me up, and they kept saying like even though you got the epidural, like the baby still, she doesn't like it. Like she doesn't like the contractions. She's not responding well. So I was getting scared. It was like 5, 6 in the morning, and then around 6, I felt like a lot of pressure. Like it woke me up and it moved me up. So I was like, what the heck, did my water break? I woke him up. He wouldn't wake up. I kept waking him up. I called the nurse and I told her, I think my water broke. And sure enough, it did. Right after my water broke, it took like an hour. So it was like 6. And then it was like 7.
It was almost going to be 7.
Well, I told him, I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling contractions or if I'm feeling like the pressure, because for those that get the epidural, like you really don't feel anything. I didn't feel anything. It's the first time I get the epidural, and I didn't know what I was feeling. Like I couldn't tell between the pains. And she asked me if I wanted the midwife to check me, and she did. And then the midwife was like, well, you're feeling contractions because it's baby time. And then that's when Axel got up, took off his freaking lagañas. And
well, I didn't sleep all night because with Alina, she got contractions like worse than she got it with Melania. With Melania, I was able to sleep like more throughout the night, and then with her, I couldn't.
I honestly thought with her, labor was gonna be so much easier because I wasn't getting induced. With Melania, I did get induced, and with her, I didn't. Like she wanted to come out naturally, but her birth was the most hardest and the most pain. Like it hurt. It was more painful. But sure enough, after when she checked me, it was baby time. She said I pushed for 17 minutes, and then she came out.
So yeah, guys. So meet Alina Juliet. That's our Baragon. Oh, she didn't say hi. Come here.
No, she's sleeping.
She could say hi.
Oh my goodness. No, she's like,
okay, I'm gonna give her back to Mama because she's sleeping.
like, leave me alone.
But that was our little story of how it went on the hospital. My bad again for not recording.
I mean, luckily, thankfully, my sister was smart enough to Well, he put, because he did a FaceTime, the group. So my sister was able to like screen record. And it sucks that it doesn't have any audio, because when you screen record from an iPhone, you can't, it doesn't record the audio either. But you're able to see their reaction. We'll post up like the pictures. Oh yeah, and then to get released out of the hospital, it was fast. We were only in the hospital for
like 18 hours. I think the max, like the most you have to be there is like 24 exact.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure they're letting like, you know, parents go home because of like
the virus. Yeah, we got discharged at 5 in the morning on Saturday. So we went to the hospital Thursday night at 8 p.m. I had her Friday at 8:15 she was born.
Yeah, in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning, and then we got discharged at 5 in the morning Saturday.
So I mean, yeah, guys, that's what happened at the hospital routine with Alina.
So just enjoy the videos, the
Yes.
pictures, and then we'll see you guys in the next video. Mira. ¿Quién es? ¿Quién es? ¿Cómo se llama? Ay, no, pero ¿cómo se llama? Alina.
Alright,
See you in
guys.
the next video.
Peace out. Can I get a yay, yay? Yeah, peace out.